Hi, and welcome to the Overcoming class. When we are going through difficult times in our lives, we feel that we will never get out of there, that days go by, and we feel as nothing is moving on. And if it's move is in a slow motion, you feel like you will never ever feel well again, and that's a big lie because difficult moments are always going to be present in our lives. It's part of being alive because those situations are the ones who teaches us to help us evolve, move us to a better place, help us to let go what is not longer serving you, for us to move on and to actually grow. And the fact that we don't like difficult times, nobody likes difficult times, but it is because we have this perception that life is a flat line. So that life should be, happy and fulfilling and joyful all the time. And that is a wrong perception because society and media is always selling to us that get that to be happy, that you have to be happy, and put us like a lot of happy people that you say, hey, but they never does their life actually always go so well. But media and social media, and it is, that's a business, and people don't post their bad moments in social media. Um, it is, you don't see people, couples putting a fight in social media. They just put the happy moments, so that it, social media is like a duality life, like a fake life, like the beautiful fancy life that I have in social media, but my life behind it is not necessarily like that all the time. So that 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 the ego, our ego, our necessity of controlling and give us the fake illusion, the false illusion that you have to maintain your life as flat as possible and to avoid difficulties. And this create this sensation of anxiety, of worriness, of failure. Because when you can't actually maintain that flat line in your life of happiness and joyful, you feel like you're failing. You feel like you're not good. So it goes, damaging your self-esteem, your self-image, because you have this perception that you need to have control, and the things that is control is a huge lie, because we don't control anything. We can't control what is going to happen. There are spiritual forces, higher forces that controls that for us. That's why it's so important, the spiritual communication, and to lead, to have a spiritual life where you can, hear your intuition and hear the guidance, because they are always guiding us to a better path. But we are so worried about controlling everything, and we are so sure that we have the control of our lives, that when we see that we don't, feels like we are failing. So life will always be as a roller coaster. You sometimes you will feel on the top, sometimes you will feel kind of low. Life goes like this, like this. It is normal. That is normal. Life is not a flat line. You will have like very good moments, and then you will have some bad moments. It is how life works. So those low moments are the ones that help us. That in those are the moments who helps you. That helps you to reevaluate where you are, what you have to release, and to actually notice if you want to be there. Where you are emotionally or physically. And if you notice that there is not where you want to be anymore, that you need a change, that you need to, level up, Then you have to release what you have to release to take the momentum and go back up. And you're not going back up where you were. You're going back up, You are leveling up. You are moving on. So that's how life works. And this means that you have to settle for this. You can't control life. And it is better to surrender to the fact that life is, like a roller coaster. Because if you keep resisting it and you keep thinking that you have to control everything, so you have like a flatline life, you will live in frustration, in anxiety, in depression all the time. Your false illusion that you have to control or the control over your life is false, and life will happen. Life will happen, you want it or not. All the thing, and the thing is here that those spiritual forces acting on the other side of the bill, makes you feel that life is unpredictable, and it actually is unpredictable. No matter what you do now to control what is going to happen tomorrow, you don't even know it. And you can control that. But, instead of surrendering to the fact and being happy now and being fulfilled now, you're just worried so much for what is going to happen tomorrow that you are not enjoying now. You're you're not going to enjoy tomorrow either, because you're going to be worried about the next day. You're always worrying about controlling everything. That is exhausting. You need to begin to flow with life, with what life is, as it is. I'm sorry to tell you that, but you can change it. So, a good news is that you actually can do something about it. What you can do is to rise above the situation. That is going to give you a completely different perception of what is happening. You have to stop clinging to the fact of controlling, to let go, to flow, to understand that there are external forces that are working in your favor and that are trying to guide you, even if it's, in a path that you didn't expect or that you think you don't want. They are guiding you because they know better that this is what you need and that you will be happier day and you will be fulfilled. So is rise above the situation and get a new perspective of what is happening. And when you are so into the situation, so attached to the negative emotions that the situation is evoking from you, it is impossible to see things clearly. And it is more difficult to see a solution or a way out, because you are just singing, and feeling those negative emotions, those overwhelming, and you can't stop crying, and you feel so, you don't want to get out of bed because you are attached to the emotions. You are not rising above the situation and saying, yes, this is what is happening. Why is this happening? How I created this? What do I have to change in me? What are spirits trying to tell me? Where are they trying to guide me? That is rising above the situation. That is changing your perception about the situation so you can find a solution. That is doing something. Instead of being there, just drowning over and over and over again in the same place, in the same situation. So rise above the situation. Some ways you can do this is making the decision of getting out of the situation. That's the first thing you have to do, because there comes a moment when you find kind of comfort, in the pain, when you feel so familiar with the sensation and the emotions and the pain that you actually feel that is a comfort zone, and that is dangerous because it's going to take you more time and more effort to go out of there. So in the self-pity, I'm in making the decision to see the situation from a different perspective is the first step. You have to say, okay, this is it. I don't need this anymore. The situation is over. So I'm making the decision to rise above the situation and find a solution, or just let this go. You can feel miserable for the rest of your life, and that should be a good motivation to change the situation, to move from point A to point B. So ask yourself if you are really willing to feel miserable for the rest of your life. You must change what is within you that is causing the situation in the outer world. Everything that we see in this real life, in your reality, is a byproduct of your internal world. You are a co-creator, and understanding this fact is going to change your life forever. There is not people who do things to you. There is not like a spirits or God that puts you in a bad situation. You are co-creating your reality. So taking responsibility for this, it is very important for you to change the situation. So you create outside what is within you. You are a co-creator. Understanding this, it will help you to transform your life and the way you live. And also having the certainty that there is a greater force beyond human understanding. There are a lot of forces actually that are aligning you with your higher good and your higher purpose, a purpose bigger than you can picture for yourself. And that same forces are guiding you and directing you toward your happiness. When you acknowledge that, when you trust those forces, and when you actually see them working, guiding you, giving you signs, you actually say, hey, I am being guided. I am not alone in this. And they know better because they can see a better and bigger picture. They can see the complete picture of me. So they know what they are doing. When you start listening to your intuition and take action on it, and stop resisting it and putting your ego first, you will see how much your life changed for good. What blocks you from overcoming? First, the false belief that you don't have it in you. That no, I am not that person, or no, I am not pretty, or I am not, good enough. That feeling that you are not good enough, that you don't have it in you. Fear, second of all, fear. And most of the time, your fears are unfounded and baseless. If you actually write down your fears, you will notice that they don't have even, a reason to be or exist. The false belief that others are better than you, giving you the feeling that you must step, out or aside and let them pass you by. And this is very attached to the first one, that you don't feel you have it in you, that you don't feel good enough. So the false belief that you don't have, the abilities or enough abilities. But the thing is that how do you know your abilities if you don't give them a try? You know, how can you know you are not capable if you are not trying it? You're just supposing, but you are not trying it. The false belief that because you have failed in the past, you are going to fail in the future, that is a huge lie. And failure, as same as mistakes, are just lessons. So, okay, this is not, this, didn't went good, but now what I am doing, if you listen to your intuition, they are going to put you in the right path. And you will see that, every step you make based on your intuition, based on that spiritual guidance, is actually taking you to the right place, to the right people, and to do the right things. The false belief that could be conscious or unconscious that you should not succeed because you don't deserve it, or as a punishment for something you did that you feel guilty. You deserve. You deserve. Everyone make things that you are not proud of it. And you just forgive yourself, ask for forgiveness, and move on. The false belief that you are naturally too self-conscious or shy or introvert. You put labels on yourself that are actually blocking you from succeeding, blocking you from happiness, because you are labeling yourself negatively all the time. So what do you do to rise above and overcome the situation? One thing is the certainty and belief that while God and the external forces, the spiritual forces that created you, you were created from the spirit, the spiritual realm, and they brought you here. So that same force that created you is within you. You are one with it. You can be separated. When you have a child, your child has your blood. So you are not separated. Something from you is within your child. The same as us, the same force that created us is within us. We can't be separated from that force. We are spirits in a human body. So you are one with that great energy. So it is impossible that you don't have what it takes. It is impossible that you don't have it within you. It is completely false. You must believe that you are as great as the power that created you. That you have it within you. And that you are worthy. Because you are. You are here. So that makes you worthy. So the second thing is fear comes because we think that we have to rely in our own forces, that we are doing this alone, that we need to have that sensation that we can control, but we actually don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. So there is nothing falser than that. You count on a greater power that creates everything that exists. Cars were not created by man, because that idea was divinely guided. That idea of a car was created first in the spiritual world, and that great force that gave the idea put it into someone who believed he or she had the ability to make that idea happen. It is not you as a human being that you say, oh, I am a genius. No, I am so sorry, but that is not your idea. Cars were created first in the spiritual world and put it here. The same thing I do, that I channel information, they do it with everyone. They download information and people that they know have the abilities and the capability of making it work, because that person knows their worth. They know they can make it happen. So that is why we have so many things here. But humans with their ego thinks that they are the one who are creating this and they are the one who have the greatest ideas. But those ideas come from the spiritual world where everything is created. It's already, everything that you want is already done. But for you to receive it here, you have to feel you're worthy, you have to be prepared, you have to stop being afraid of it, so that can manifest here in your reality. But it's already created in the spiritual world. So, you are unique. You are unique. And at the same time, you are part of the whole. We are all created by the same higher force or by God. So you are not less than anyone. You are not more than anyone. You are you. You are unique. There is no one else like you in the universe. No one else like you in the universe. And that uniqueness is what you came here to give, because only you can do that. Only you can do what you came here to do. Only you. There is not other person that can do what you came here to do. So it is no sense to compare yourself with others, to envy, to feel less than others, or to feel more than others, because no one has what you have. And there is a path for each and every one of us. There is a person for you. There is a person created just for you. A person that needs your uniqueness, that is falling in love with what you have. And what you have, no one else have it. But if you don't identify that uniqueness in yourself, how that person that is meant for you is going to see it in you? If you don't let it out, because you are hiding yourself all the time because you don't believe in yourself. You have to let your shine light. You light to shine. You have to allow your uniqueness to come out. You have to do what you came here to do. So that path unveiled for you. So that person unveiled for you. But you have to do your part. You have what it takes. You have what it takes, and deep inside of you, you already know that. But you know that admitting how capable, how great you are, how much power you have, will make you responsible of doing what you have to do. And you will have to get out of your comfort zone. And sometimes we say we want it, but inside of us we prefer to stay where we are because it's more comfortable. We are used to this. And I don't have to, make that huge effort. So we would take responsibility for our greatness, for how much we are capable of doing of our own power. We also have to take the responsibility that comes from it. So deep inside of you, you know you have what it takes, and you have to stop being afraid of it. Remember, you are one with a higher force, and you have unique abilities that you can develop and use it for your higher purpose here on earth, and to serve people, to help people. But you have to take the responsibility for that and step out of the comfort zone that so many people like. So failure is an illusion, the same as mistakes. You don't fail, you learn. You don't make mistakes, you learn. And I don't know why people have this, this obsession with, you're making a mistake. Okay, let me do the freaking mistake, because if I don't do it, how can I learn? And probably that what other people think is a mistake is going to work for me, because what works for me don't necessarily works for you. So I don't know what people have this obsession with failure and mistakes. That's fine. That is the way we learn. That is the way we grow. Life is that, lessons. Some good, some not so good. But lessons at the end that help us grow, that help us align ourselves with our paths, that are, a wake-up call that takes us to a higher consciousness level, to get us closer to self-love, to compassion, to forgiveness, to kindness, to love unconditionally. Lessons actually help us get rid of our egos, get the ego out of the picture. Because every time we are being taught a lesson that we call mistakes or failures, it is because we need to get closer to compassion, to love, to kindness, to forgiveness with ourselves and with others. You are alive, right? Because if you are seeing this, I hope you're alive. For me, spirits can be seeing this, so I am asking you if you are alive, because in my case, you cannot be. So, just for being alive, you deserve to be happy. You know that? Just to be here, just for being here, for accept this challenge. As a spirit that you are a spirit. It is a challenge to be here. Because you accepted this challenge to grow, to fix some parts of you that your soul, knows that has to, make some adjustments to grow, to evolve in that spiritual realm. So you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be loved, you deserve to be healthy, you deserve to be wealthy. You deserve, just for being here. You don't have to earn it. People think that we have to be, going through life, showing off and, depleting ourselves to show others that we actually deserve it. No, you deserve it. You don't have to show anyone that you deserve it. Just for being alive, just for doing what you have to do, you deserve the best. Say that to yourself every day. Like, stand in front of the mirror and say, I deserve all the good that God has for me. It is my birthright, so I deserve it. I deserve to have what makes me happy. And when you believe that, the universe, God, spirits actually bring it to you. But you have to believe that. You have to believe you deserve it. Because we were not live in this world, to chance, like, okay, put her there, put him there. We are here, and while we are here, God provides us with everything we deserve, with everything that we need, but you are the one who has to believe and to be sure that what you deserve is the best. Because God, that higher force, is an energy. Is actually an energy. And He is feeling your energy. That's what I always say. God sees what we have in here, our intentions, our energy, how we vibrate. That what He sees. The thing of you can go to church, in sandals. That's ridiculous, because God is not looking at your sandals. He doesn't even care about it. He's looking the intention with, what are you there? He's looking at your heart or your soul. That is what God is looking at, how you're dressed, for the love of God. And if your energy, and you can apply this to God, to the universe, to spirits, if your energy speaks of unworthiness, of sadness, of negativity, What do you think is coming back to you? What do you think you're going to receive? Energy doesn't distinguish if this is good, this is bad, if this is what you want, if this is not. If you're thinking all the time that you're unworth it, they say, well, she's thinking all the time of that and she's vibrating that, so that's what she wants. So that is what you get back. That is the famous law of attraction. You're putting energy out there and they are getting the message and they are responding to you. And you say, oh, but my situation doesn't change. Yes, because you are saying you want more of that negative situation. Because you don't let it go. So it is not because God is not good. God is very, very good. But because that is what you are asking for, and He gives you what you ask for. If you begin to think, to vibrate, to propel this energy of worthiness, of happiness, of fulfillment, even if you're going through a bad situation, that's what makes the difference. Yes, we can be in a bad moment right now, but I don't have to be so, crying and negative, thinking and complaining all the time. Yes, I am going through a bad situation. I can, how can I change this? Changing my mind, changing my way of thinking, changing how I vibrate, because this is going to help to let go of the situation and to bring something better for me, because I am vibrating something better for me. So that is what you rise above the situation. Yes, the situation is there and it's going to go when you are ready to let it go. And when you change your mindset and say, okay, I am not this situation. I am not this emotion. I am beyond that. So even I don't like where I am right now, I need to change that. And for change that, I need to change what I am putting out there. Because if not, I am just bringing more of this. And I don't want this anymore. So be careful with your self-talk. The labels you put to yourself can either help you succeed or hold you back. If you repeat something to yourself regularly, you will end up believing it and vibrating it. And you will co-create a reality based on those limiting beliefs. If every time you are presented with something new, you say, I can do it. I can do it. I never done that. I can do, and you can repeat it, you can do it. You're actually going to believe you can do it, and you are vibrating that you can do it. So you will, go on a better, a long time, a very long time, without receiving any opportunity to get you out of where you are, because you said you can't do it. Do you understand how it works? And we do that a lot. And we think, no, I am just joking. No, you are not joking, because energy doesn't joke. Energy believes everything that you say. So, be careful with this. Try to be mindful of what you think and say about yourself, about others, about your situation, about your life. And notice how this is reflecting in your reality. Notice that what you say about yourself is actually reflecting on your life, on your reality. If you don't like what you see now, begin for changing your thoughts and words about yourself, about your life, about your finances, your home, yourself, you as your physical appearance, and yourself as a person, your abilities, your job. Change that, and you will begin to see how your reality changed too. If you don't want to be where you are right now, physically or emotionally, what is holding you back from changing your reality? What is holding you back? You know what is holding you back? Yourself. You are putting yourself, and you're standing in your own way. So step out of your own way. because you are the only one who is blocking you to move on. You and only you. I know it is easy to blame others, but no, we have to begin to take responsibility. If we want to see a change, if we want to stop repeating negative patterns in our lives, we have to take responsibility for our own lives. Let the others be who they are. That's their problem. Take care of yourself. Take care of your reality, because you are always, constantly co-creating. I am right now co-creating my life. Right now, in this moment, talking to you. Because I am saying to the universe, I want more of this. I want to teach. Because I am enjoying this. I am on a Saturday recording a class because I want to help you. Because you care. Because I care for you. I love doing this. So I am energetically saying to the universe, it is not a job for me, actually. I don't feel it like a job. I feel like it's part of my life, it's part of who I am. So I am co-creating my life right now, positively. So that is when you take consciousness of this, your life actually begin to change. So are you ready to change? Because if you are ready to change, I am ready to help you. But you have to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to want the change, to want it, to feel it, that you actually need to move from here, because there is a lot of work to do. But you have to make the decision, and you need to want this. You need to desire this, to move on and to co-create the life that you actually want. So if you are, begin with keeping a journal. That is the first thing I am going to recommend. Begin to keep in a journal that will help you catch how you talk to yourself, how you talk about others, how you talk about your job, your house, your family, your finances. You're going to catch, be honest in your journal. Don't control what you write. Be honest, so you can actually, see how you talk to yourself and others, and about things, about your own life. So be honest. If you will see if your thoughts and your words are more negative or more positive, and you can adjust, make adjustments. Be aware of how you speak of yourself and what labels you are dragging with you that are holding you back. The labels that I am not enough, I can't do it, I am not, good looking, I don't have nothing to say. All those labels are actually killing you. So be aware of this. Practice trust. Trust that there is a higher force or higher forces, because there are a lot, that are always guiding you, are working in your favor. So listen to your intuition, follow it, ask for signs, and trust what you receive. Take action on your intuition, take action on the signs, so you can begin to develop trust in the higher forces that are acting, that are always guiding us and are helping us. So you are the co-creator of your life. You are co-creating every second of your life, every day. So we start choosing what you really want to see in your life, not what others tells you what you need in your life. What do you really want to see manifested in your life? You can do this, and you are not alone. There are a lot of forces with you, and I am here with you. So thank you for joining me in this class. I hope we can begin working from now. Bye.